when you now call about Shonko from Brass Showdown Jumedia so ewo Kumasi Online TV, Friends of Ken TV, and our face to take TV measure say unya subscribe ya subscribe dia ma me be share video we ama onebi ono so ebe share ede ama obi fofo na comment section ase no said the dani de nyina me ne mo a edi juma no me tuja wa hadum say na onso wo to de ede afa comment section ase ede ama me maka chem say Showdown Jumedia de do Tuesdays are communicators bi ama na ya se wo ba kukuduro fo ba na mi so hwe asem ne said ye tin me sini pay na maka ne pay ne me ameji medwa na eja de ekoso o man Ghana me de ni nyina no asom hana ATP so obeba betena se na eja nsema ba won krata ne mu no oba be pense ni nyina mu ede amayen sam me so de buhia ene maboabo bebre na no ane mabo ne bede ankasa me de ni nyina no esom mo e the studios of Kumasi Online TV, Friends of Ken TV, and our face no Take TV na ene de no niam bebre na wo hono ma yekoso MPP amanyoko no mabusia ene mebo wo machi ye papa esan se yesi se penit na fie na se niam ekobone na wantumi anka mfra we na nka na so wonka ye kana nka wefo na peni na nka samu no e yade agese ye kan no e de kan wuntine ye ni se na ebuhua ye tiechie na ye ni yesi bibia bebebia na ye de ya no betum ye beka no ye nye kom ni ye hwe se MPP party akane na ye do party na ye akono ye nhwe se party ne betete apro apansansa debi e yade ye beti ase kura ye nyina no nso ye nim se on the 6th of August arehosem eto man Ghana nyina ane ye mpenifo 8 na wo mo eko oboase akwakodu wo mudwuma chese fofi anto ata helicopter crash kosi ye no ya hwe ni ma se update bi beba ene de ya me no mo kase yade ya update no aba iberere ni nyina mu na ya twetwe nkomo e de afa won saso and a veteran of Chief Justice Akosho Enrada no the minority versus majority no in fact na nya asem ketwa ni nyina na ya semba ko na se bomb ba ko pa Alexander Afenyo Markins ane the minority leader osahene na semba ko pa ko kan ye ekopeki a whole lot of controversies de by ne ye be hwe ni nyina saso ena na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia won na voter region just wo ye campaign na no hye na ne campaign na wo ye na ni se MPP chairman o voter region ye friend Makafu o de se mi atudwa se ye kase ye so Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia in fact enya de ebebo akura ntino MPP amanyoko ni betie no betie na shopemu dia wo mo sa so repeat Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia san se ye bani the history of MPP a bi brofu bi wo hono ma ye kan se consistency ane we ba miensa inteni kwanse ye kasa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ba ko ba ye no in fact na ne figure wonya ye ne nhye nkra laji 38 nhye nkra ntini nka ye ma ne nko na obifu from Fambra in fact voter regional chairman the MPP amanyoko no oso obesere yie baba se ma ye nkasa asem no na ene nso no Kennedy akompre ko hine Japan ebuhua wadi nkomo ane wa kasa yie papa na asem ba ko a waka ene se baby esisi o man Ghana yedru no ye leader were ye discipline, leader were ye business minded, leader were ye ready so about transform your mind Ghana na more mind Ghana fan to my payfra. And ye na so ye nim say MPP 5 candidates ejina nyina no. Nipa adane de nyina wo bu echi anaso wo kasa edfa ejuma ho Kennedy akompre ko hine Japan aside on no. Me share dan ho obi bia na the next person na me de sa credit le be ma no. Ebe ye Brian a champion. Na kompre ko Japan nsema wo kan ye no baby abefebia bi boje no so ankasa esan se yenim se wono pe any so far the aspirant wa employee nipa over 7,000 in fact enya asem keto abapay wa bo ne homodin ye papa ne ye nyina so yenim se ba ne politics ye pepeni achese wa bo wo man Ghana ye papa ye modin enya Kennedy akompre ko hine Japan emfensi ho just last week go kopie mu voter region whole teaching hospital adoya wo koye ye ne ade sika je so di gu mountain ebusia na nya asem ketwa medimu be pie mu Ashanti region in fact papa wa ye bi wa Ashanti region medimu ko Greater Accra cardio center Kennedy akompre ko hine Japan si ya 110 pesos simple afenfri obi a hono ntinsisi ane de ye pe obi a obeba abeboa na obi obe transform your mind Ghana there trust me say Kennedy akompre ko hine Japan ono eni obi a obetimi ababeboa mo mind Ghana afa ne ntuma pa efra ye man peni so His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wedi nkomo bi na ne nkomo ne kasa ye nyina no en wo che say illegal mining galamsey dane dan nyina ne yebo aban na chi say wo mu say yensuo say yen sase ne ade nyina no wo se ade aje say se de we decide say obe pe kwan bi obe fa so bi abe stop illegal mining wo krom han bibie no hono betumi ama na tension free so or you so focused when it comes to the fight against illegal mining na nintino or say Ghana for na yenka yakuma mfantu yeyem na illegal mining ko ne de ono mampani His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wo be kokode yankasa na wahwe se yensuo ne yensase ache se essay no wetumi ama full stop etumi aba ho ebsia na atoshi ane na atoshi 2023 no di BAWUMIA chi ene odi Kennedy compare ko hine Japan e chi wedi nkomo wa cancel me se na studio ha de trust me ha be de ankase sansan sama maboabo no amede show mo no enye asem ketwa kra Lionage Clinic GH wo mo eno ma so ma se ache se nde me de showdown dwumedie no eso mo ntima hwe ya we bi da so no wachi a wunya solution wo ye be ma wo mema sem no entumi enkoyie ana wo de weni bo oba ne so ano wa pepe ana se wo de ne de wo da de wura na na che se pepe wa bipi egu fom honom dia beba chaw me kanfo wo mo dia ma twa bi dua mponyanko boga se ye ndi aduaba no na ye fa na ha ne nsa yade no wo mo dia wo mo te yankasa nti wo mo nduro ni nyina no eye purely herbal wa ne eye herbal medicine ankasa je se nduro no eye papa nti se ye wakoma na bon tentem se ye eye arthritis anyhow wo your ba fibroid de how wo ma sem wo ma siesie mu ni ade nyina no problem ni nyina no me pa chaw me kanfo wo mo e dia ma wa che se wo frɛ wo mo a wo solution ankasa a wo mo ede ebema opo me chi akwan akuma se no wo mo tech maxima sasho ena incremante mu nso de wo mo e wo spenters wo mo ye adwuma Mondays ekosi Saturdays each and every single blessed day bia na no pa 8 am ekosi enwumre 6 pm wo bi memu ni ade a me pa cho frɛ wo mo a eye free consultations aso na wo man mu na fresh okra na eye free consultation o akra frɛ wo mo 0559658403 saso ena wo kumase a ubetimi afrɛ wo mo 0558143438 na one wo mo atwetwe enkomo ebusua yenran nsɛm agya ndɛma boaboa no am mede esom se showdown dwumedie na ye beko helicopter crash ne ho nsensem ni mu but before that no eno ada vetting bi ko so wo krom ha na vetting ni nyina no Chief Justice Bafu Boni ne vetting na Chief Justice Bafu Boni nso ye nyina ye nim se branch se araba tokonu ye mampani His Excellency John Dramani Mahama konya petition efri nkrofo bi ho se mami ye niema bi a ensem fataje se wo mo kano prima facie wo mo hwehwem no na je se yade aje se maame no wa fom inti fom na wa fom no na suspension na esafata nti ye ka chere so won kwotena fie kakra okwotena fie no ene yeyi acting chief justice ayeyi no ono ene Bafu Boni na papa yi ehya ase aje se obi besie ejuwe wogusu a wo ye oko minority ye MPP amanyokuo no solidity ase eniema bi aje se NDC aban ba ye wo mo ye no niema bi ache se ebe ha wo man Ghana ye papa esan se eba no ye politics won sensem a eni kwan se ye di wura ye mra ho sensem mu the moment a wo de politics ne beba be fra ye mra sensem no mu na ache se e take over ntino the acting chief justice Bafu Boni a wo mu yi no the minority was so against it say maame ne inform ye ena maame na bibi biara kra wa ye bia no mu betumi ne na kayeti krom ha na meka chem say eyade amame ne the case no akwa mu ewo ECOWAS ena wo mayibu kura ne nso na ye wo no eyade amame di kopie mu ewo court na minority no resist this concern ewo floor of parliament say the case no egusua ewo court no eni kwan say acting chief justice Bafu Boni yetumi ejini tum no ne ba no be ye chief justice wo krom ha ye nim so say ye call parliament house dia NPP amanyokuo no super minority ena NDC kitabe 2/3 intino their minority ni be kase ye papa o say ye papa because say majority NDC amanyoko the members of parliament do so intino wo mu betumi abo asem na minority eka no atuegu wo mu konya sank wo mu ma bafo body say ye gina tum say womra na ombeye chief justice wo mo mpesa saade no ebebem na kuna wo mo kunye na buhwe nkosi aganti enu ada. And then the vetting committee, one more tenase. Now vetting committee tenase no ye nyina ye nim. Even though say minority ye MP before can say they will not be present, by the end of the day no. Now one more present. Now a majority leader versus minority leader. Na in fact ebusu enrada na yasem ketwa. Na ye na so ye nim say Bano Alexander Afenyomakeza, he is a bit controversial or a very controversial person. Inti ebra wonya akwanya no say obekasa no. And what about the Casem? Ebono, Bafubonia, just said, one more vetina, one more chasse, one more to me, a dinner tumuno, or ye disputed Chief Justice. And then, ye never for your dictionary, and then ye best ye papa. Nasa disputed Chief Justice, where the name, Afenyomakin erezi yero, and then ye a Mahama or a majority leader, one shall say there be. Penia or ye chairperson will program you and so much as a minority leader for no marking CK and so much as a entry buonia dear and I've so backward as far as all cassette Bafu Boni no a disputed Chief Justice ready one in a dream Nebushia ye cast will be a disputed Chief Justice. It is not a did attempt and yet did the attempt. Alexander Afenyomakeza was trying to say same. Yes, she said ye Araba tokonu NDC aban ba ye yes amafo the petition akwa kopie mo John Dramani Mahama nim enu ntini ye suspend maame no ekwa wi achie kura no maame ne ya gi ne dibra ne kura no e de free ni nsem no esan se case ni wo court nti no se ne ye da sore na se mo ba na mbeka se mo ba be yu obi fufra enye mra eni kwan se wo mo gitum. And woman did to Musashua and ye into Sabro ba could disputed na minority leader for your markets a cocaine and a bush and a blow alarm. And the abema a majority for jar lie, Nandia Afenoka, na a majority for Nashwaka, na fia just a for 2 solid hours. Nan ye easy, I feel not the chairperson. Over to me, I saw best suspended sitting. It's a bra was suspended sitting. No, ye na yen say minority for a dear. I dear bakwa woman, ya dear bakwa woman, ye papa, a walkout. After the suspension of the house, say, ye court break kakra, we would return. No minority aspect no answer so ametena sibiom because they felt to say, and never for born na ye gina tum no case ne wo court into no it shouldn't happen. Eni kwan se wo mu gitum se e wo se papa ne be no be ye chief justice anya hwe no e wo ECOWAS o my Ghana ha so kra na ye wo so kra no e san so wo court mo ne maame ne ntena se mo ne maame ne ndi ne ye ansa na se mo beja maame ne kwan a mo beja maame ne kwan. I think somewhere last month na me be ka kire mo se e ya de ache se ye former chief justice Araba tokonu tokonu o de abetu dwa na o to de abetu dwa nyina ne so say ye anya hwe no say ye leni off dia adododie bi wo hon ma wo sa ne nsaka sa adododie ne ade nyina no ne nsentumi ankanto wo no ankasa mu kura sa the case na sa akwa akopie mu wo court into the comparing say ye judicial emre wo hanom comparing it to say ye the politics ne ade ewrewrem no me amiti he say wo bisamia I know say said ye Afenyomakeza so si fa ye ne niam ne ade ntino obi beka say Afenyomakeza is being arrogant but say wo to obo na wotie ensama na Afenyomakeza ekana efobino it is okay and NDC kita 2/3 our parliament into whatever the minority will do say ya the poll ebusia say nya the poll trust me say enya de ebeko baby and I'm say eno ada no na enya easy crack in fact my bobo videos bebre na no a me share so obeka me hone yakọ na yakọ akọhwe sa videos ni nyina no abasisia
unequivocally clear. The minority in parliament object to and
Chairman, I object again. I object. Hold on. Honorable particular point. I must place on record that I have admonished that we should all operate within the ambit of the law. Honorable Minority Leader, be guided by Order 103D, and then let's make progress. And order 103D, if I may read, to serve as a guide to all of us. It states that a motion shall relate to a definite issue and not revive the consideration of a matter which had been considered in the same meeting unless new matters have arisen. Honourable members, by necessary implication, whether a motion or not, the principles of res judicata will not permit us that a matter that has been raised on the floor resolve to its finality would be permitted to be raised at a committee meeting. So, Honorable Minority Leader, refrain from anything that is relating to sub judice rules and let's make progress, with all due respect. Because Speaker has dealt with this matter, I have also personally dealt partly with this particular matter, with all due respect.
Chairman, the facts speak for themselves. On April 22nd, 2025, Chief Justice Gertrude Araba Isaba Tokonu was suspended as a result of a prima facie determination by the Council of State as contained in the public announcement made by the executive. We, the minority, hold the view that the subsequent committee that was set up under the chairmanship of His Lordship Gabriel Scott Puama to trial the Chief Justice amounted to a travesty of justice.
Chairman.
The removal
our rules are clearly offended.
In the language
our rules are
of
clearly
judicial
offended.
accountability.
Because the rules I just read clearly offend that.
But
the rules clearly are offended. Chairman, the rules say that the conduct of the speaker, the Chief Justice, members and justices of the Superior Court of Judicature shall not be raised in Parliament except on a substantive motion. He has just raised the question of the conduct of a Supreme Court judge who chaired the committee. And he describes it and the conduct and what the justice did as a travesty of justice. He has raised the conduct of that judge. He has. And the rules are clear. And I can assure you that I will not allow you to breach any inch of the rules today. No inch of the rules will I allow you to breach.
Let me respond to him. Chairman, let me respond to him. Let me, Chairman, let me respond to him.
You see, I cannot go and be giving you the opportunity when the person who is speaking is in the process of responding to the issue.
It doesn't fit in the rules.
Yes, Honourable Minority Leader, you have the floor.
Mr. Chairman,
Honourable members, order. Honourable Oman, order.
Mr. Chairman, let me make these preliminary comments before I address.
In response to...
Yes, before I address, I've made an observation. The learned Attorney General knows how much I respect him. He knows how much I respect him. And this must be reciprocated by him. When the respected learned Mahama Yariga, leader of government business, was raising his objection, I remained quiet to listen to him because I know that decency requires that we listen to each other in silence. We are lawyers, and in the East, we must demonstrate that practice in Adaba for people to know that we listen and respond. So please, unless there is another plan that I don't know, but whatever that is happening today, history is watching. Now let me respond to my respected colleague, the majority leader. Chairman, it is his contention that my reference to the committee's work amount to attacking the conduct of its chair. With the greatest respect, I need to be listened to, and he has to pay attention to language as used in context. For the avoidance of doubt, I am repeating that the minority holds the view that the committee's work resulting in the removal of her ladyship, the Chief Justice, amount to travesty of justice. It is a view we hold. It does not offend Order 1237. Order 1237, with avoidance of doubt, provides the conduct of the Speaker, the Chief Justice, members of Parliament, the Chief Justice, and Superior Court Justice of Judicature shall not be raised in Parliament except a substantive motion. Now, the distinction must be made. Respected Ayarga, please, bear with me. I've listened to you. The distinctions must be made. Your work in the regular official duties and a critique thereto must be distinguished from personal conduct that one would consider as misbehavior or stated misbehavior. I am not, with the greatest respect, impugning the person of the reputation of my Lord Puaman, who I voted for under the influence of Honorable K.T. Amon. When all the odds were against him, I have nothing personal against him. Because even where there were personal issues that people were attacking his reputation, I was one of the few who stood.
Mr. Chairman.
So I'm not here to attack him.
Mr. Chairman.
And he knows I won't attack him. The caucus is talking about, please, Honorable Ayarga, let me finish. You were allowed to make your point.
Yes, but Honorable Minority Leader, just be brief.
Very well. The committee's work is what we are expressing an opinion on. And we are using very civil language to say that what it did amount to travesty of justice. It's denying us every opportunity of expressing our opinion on an important national discourse. Be it known to you, Chairman, and the committee and the country that we, the minority caucus, hereby vote en bloc to reject the nominee. We would want to state on record that the majority can proceed with the questions. We do not intend to proceed with any question. We are, however, registering in the strongest terms that we reject the nomination, and the records should reflect that the report of this committee be a majority report.
Woman, comport yourself.
Honorable colleague, when we show you respect, reciprocate. So far, we have extended to you every courtesy. We've heard all those unpalatable words. We've heard the abuse. So please, for posterity's sake, listen to us. We don't need to vet a nominee before we vote against the nominee. We have preliminary issues well grounded in law. You may disagree with us. And we say that on the basis of that, we cannot be part of a process that would give rights to another and deny another of her bona fide as enshrined in the Constitution. Chairman, that said, we would yield to you to proceed whilst we exit this committee room with our views well documented for the records, and on the floor we shall proceed with the debate, further stating our position and take a vote against the nominee as required by the rules of the plenary. Thank you very much indeed.
Alexander Afenyo Markins and I just say enrada in fact nenye easy cra vetting of a Chief Justice Bafuboni. Eja wosha said ye wato na mahama yarega so ato no no so ato ne ade a ni nyina no nkwawie nam se NDC amanyoko no wo mo ye super two-third super majority ntino ni nyina kwawie ye minority fo bufu ye wo mo ka say wo mo nte ase san say e yade a Chief Justice position na e wo honom na enye vacant ane ewo mremu se still na atokonu eni obi a ewo so ye Chief Justice it san say case ni wo court ni asem ni wie ya yemfo bi foforo emfa ni mba replace na minority ni de wo mu hu ni say eye judicial system no e na wo mo de politics NDC for e de politics nsensem no ewremu nti enra da cha say ye je bafo boni tu mu se wo no e na sisi a act ne na ne shubio oye Chief Justice of this country no minority ne nya part and Alexander Afenyo case and another preni ni crew ni nyina no they weren't part of the whole process na so na ja 2/3 fo a wo mo ne dia wo mo kai final no we ya dia cha say wo mo vete papa ni wie ye e baba pay say ado ye Chief Justice na papa ne kasa ya ba akumu no e no obeka say ebra no ye young no na ade ba ko a atayi the cromfo techira mo na nkasa Ghana he nyina cromfo kesi a cha say ya grab ne pa no o se ebra no ohwa no na wo hwe abrantie bedi nanim no hwe abrantie no ni criminal cases ni ade a na ehwohwo ni ade a avie kwawie che na eba se wo mani mfie no ye jeje wo mani mfie no wo tunani na 70 years no obetumi di amane e san say na onim sese ata yi ko no kodem 70 years enta so ntwa 70 years no mra no na ya ade a no bafo boni so obewu kura no ewu ko because abrantie na ni criminal records a na ekita no se na wa mane emfie je se hwo ni ade a no osuro se abrantie ni ye ja na ebia so mane 20 years no okono oba obeba be ha me eye na bushia ni ade but se dem di kan ye no ebe ko be nyina echi no eye ade a je sisi na ye Chief Justice eye bafo boni ebusua ye nremu ye kodia na chese helicopter crasher esi ye on the August 6th August 2025 chese eji enyansafo nimdifo eni enkrofo a chese wonka wo mo bom omanga na etumpo omanga na afa ne ntuma pefra no sankrofo 8 ni nyina with 2 helicopters and 2 pilots ni ade nyina free yensem ya eno so be ya rehosem wo Ghana magana fo yeti ni show ekasa ye no na da ne dey nyina especially me video comment section as amanfo to me ba na ya investigations ni ade a wo mo show ekohwe da ben da no mo de report ne beba ene report no ade a chese wo mo de aba na nu ada na just say ja wo mo submit bibia e rekoma ye man penis excellency John Dramani Mahama and wo mo shadow ene day 11:30 say and then na de see ye no wo mo de beto Ghana fo nyina enim na eye captain Fojo ene kasa ye na captain Fojo ne sema wo kan ye nyina no ye be kwa akotie ne nsem no but before that no cheche nsem bi say helicopter na nkasa no ebra na eba be free eye nkremante mu aba be pie mu oboase no na problem bi ene helicopter no ho na helicopter na ya ade aja set apo ankasa but wo mo ne na wiemu ni ade no na weda na and even he spoke about time and na wasanka wo mo free eye enkran but wo mo ready weda no wo mo hu say weda no enye favorable ntino wo mo etwen ye be ye 1 to 2 hours kra ansa na wo mo set off to obuase nti during that time no eja weda na ho sensem ni ade wo mo ni ba wo mo so na just helicopter no come very 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 high enumwa ne seja ya te ya ne sepan yesi a chese nipa 8 ni nyina no wo mo hwere wo mo nkwa ya ba wato ne bo in fact wa cheche de ko ye ne de ba ye nyina mu a mehye so obeka me ho ne yakọ na yakọ akotie ni nyina so abasisi a.
Dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. Before proceeding, I'd like to, on behalf of the Investigation Board, give our sincere condolences to our dearly departed heroes. It is said that an aircraft investigation is taking a mess and converting it into a message, which is what we ended up doing. It's my humble duty now to take you through the presentation which reflects the report that was presented yesterday. On Wednesday, 6th August 2025, the Z9EH tail number Golf Hotel Foxtrot 631 helicopter operating a scheduled flight from Accra to Obuasi was involved in a crash at Dampier Forest Reserve of Anochikro, Brofiejo, in the Adansi Ekruform district, Ashanti region. All 3 crew and 5 passengers on board died. The President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, directed the Acting Minister of Defense to constitute an accident investigation board. The Ministry of Defense, on the 25th of August 2025, announced through a press release the establishment of the board mandated to inquire into the causes and circumstances leading to the Z9 Echo Hotel helicopter accident. This investigation has been conducted in accordance with the Ghana Air Force flying orders, the Ghana Air Force Air Staff instructions, Annex 13 of the International Civil Aviation Organization's Convention on International Civil Aviation. Generally, investigations under these regulations are conducted to determine circumstances leading to the accident and prevention of future accidents and incidents. The final report, which was presented, came in a format which had 4 parts. Part 1, factual information. Part 2, analysis of the factual information. Part 3 were the conclusions, which includes the findings, the causes, and all contributory factors. And Part 4, the safety recommendations. The composition of the board. This is now getting into the methodology of the investigation. The composition of the board had national security, Ghana Armed Forces personnel, personnel from the Aircraft Accident and Incident Investigation and Prevention Bureau, Ghana, National Intelligence Bureau, and we had some staff from the US Air Force also with us. For the factual information evidence collection, we immediately had, on the 26th of August, a briefing by the preliminary investigation team, PIT as it's called. Now, the preliminary investigation team was sent out, had, on the 26th of August, a briefing by the preliminary investigation team, PIT as it's called. Now, the preliminary investigation team were sent out on the same day of the accident by the Air Force. Their task was to go to the accident site, secure the site, try to protect and make sure that all perishable evidence was secure. Now, when we speak of perishable evidence, we mean things like information, things like memories, because people forget after a short time. They also have the duty of making sure that they make sure that in as much as possible they can capture and do a wreckage diagram of all the parts and so on. He handed over the PIT report. The flight recorder made up of the flight data recorder and the cockpit voice recorder, which is typically called the black box, and some personal effects of the passengers. The team then started, having gotten this information, decided to proceed to the accident site to get first-hand knowledge of the accident site and to be able to interview witnesses and so on. We also went through a process of looking at all the maintenance records of the aircraft. We looked at the flight logs of the aircraft, we looked at the flight logs of the crew, we checked on the crew's qualification, we checked on documentation, just to be sure that everything was proper. The flight data and cockpit voice recorder were then transported to the AVIC Flight Decoding Center in Xi'an, China, from the 12th September to 22nd September 2025. Now, AVIC is the Aviation Industry Corporation of China. The aircraft is a Chinese aircraft. They were the manufacturers. They had the software and the hardware capable of decoding and giving us the data from the flight data recorder. So we had to go to them. We also decided, as is normal with investigations, to look at the human factors and operational information. We looked at the medical and psychological records of the flight crew. Interviews were conducted with pilots, engineers, superiors, to assess the crew's proficiency, training history, and operational culture. We also actually interviewed their families and so on. We left no stone unturned.
Ebusia video credits no confirm Joy News. In fact, the video no one kasa me sorry free jumedi isu a ye be post full video na kasa e wo Kumasi online TV nti mo amopese bia mutie ensem a Captain Fojo ekyerɛkyerɛ mu ni ade nyina no wobetimi akɔ no ekotie ne brofo no full video na me hu comment section ase sɛ amanfo se na ya brofo we de yesrɛ wan kasa kyerɛkyerɛ mu ema yɛntimi beto bobo na agya me ma summarize ni nyina no de amamo ɛyɛ nsɛm ne brofo akɛse na Captain Fojo di tudwa nyina ne sɛ wo se sɛ de na amanfo ekyerɛkyerɛ sɛ NDC aban no NDC fo de yenim de ombetumi ayɛ na sesie kura no wo bi na de ne nsa kɔ keka ɛyɛ helicopter yi ajese ma ne kɔ hwi fom no so obesere yie papa no kura bi anim na investigation a wo mo ye no kura no ɛyɛ first part second part third part and afi no fourth part into wo mo wie no ma ka ni nyina bomu aba be kyerɛkyerɛ mu magana fo nyina no ya so atumi ate bi ɛna sɛ de medi kan ye no o se bi fansa na helicopter ne kura no ɛba be tu afiri nkramantam no wo mo check ye hwɛ sɛ helicopter no ɛwɔ ahoɔde ajese betumi akɔ a wo mo hwɛ ye no na just helicopter no wa ahoɔde yankasa wo mo san so kura check previously ehwe say maintenance a ɛwɔ helicopter no won te sen wo hwɛ ye na just helicopter na ya de just dane de nyina abre ne abre bia no ɛya na wo mo ɛyɛ maintenance ɛwɔ ho nti no enye sɛ helicopter no na bia na asɛe ana sɛ bia helicopter no na just mfomso bi wo ho ano entumi mfentu kwan na so na wo mo di tu kwan wo se de bi asɛm no ente saa na mmom no ɛyɛ weather no nti owo ni nyina echi me pacho according to Captain Fojo a wono so eka nkrofo mu ye investigations hu se de be ya wo mbehu kwan a chese helicopter fa so crash ye o se yade a weda no eka hu bi ankasa na wo mu kona mu no efa bi no aka kakra man ko medu obo ase honom no that was when na chese wo mu lose track into wo mu lose track no wo mani ba wo mo so no na chese if an say helicopter no say rise ya for say ya will be say ya just say shoot ko shuru say e busia say chechemu na mede ma no matiase aha nti enam say na bia ekwa a wo medi ba wo mo so na just say e ade a just say ekọ shuru ankasa nti enu mu na just say lose track ne ade na leja e ma pan no ekosi ye nti no ye de be hye say weather no e ade e ka ho bi na helicopter na ankasa de ne brofo akase a wo chechemu nyina no helicopter ne na bone bi ene no ho helicopter no na e ade just say ye na mfomso obi ene no obi ene ho no ma okoluzi tire na so obi ene ho no ma ode bomb bi ko share ye helicopter ya ekọ crash ye ntimesere reporter chese ne nam na zina helicopter na amafu shechire no mo na wanam wo mo so masade we si ye nyina obesere se nukura bi nim na de ekura be bi esi ye adanse we na aka je some few minutes bi mpo emo meduru be bi aje so mo kwa akoye program no but eja ya ade ebesi nsu de obi besi mi hu yanka eni anu edu ade ebesi de ya twie mutan a ya ade a chese ebesi na nipa 8 a chese wo mo hwe wo mo nkwa Dr. Edward Omanebu ama that time na ye minister for defense in fact ni wo ni de ya ade a na ha adwinye papa ye bekoso a abompa ye asretwe de amponyankopon se onfa ne kra emfensie saso na Dr. Ibrahim Mutala Muhammad wono so na oye minister of environment science technology and innovation and Dr. Samuel Sapon vice chairman of the NDC and Samuel ABOAGYE former NDC parliamentary candidate Edema Obuasi East ono asho and na Nadmum Deputy Director General Saso and Alhaji Muniru Limuna Muhammad na oye acting Deputy National Secretary Coordinator and nipa miensa just a woman na neja wo mu chef flight ye bebe say Ghana Air Force crew na wo mu miensa ye quadron leader Peter Anala and a flying officer Malinchum Ampedu and a sergeant Ernest Adomensa Sankofo 80 and now on the 6th of August 2025 ya reho sema to Ghana fo nyina no na wo mo involve yenim se enne day no ya de agese buhia no obi besie ye bie wo mu kurani wo mo nkafra nkasa areho sem ne de enya sie wie ba twede amponyankopon no ode ma no no aso na agent na the end of the day no eja Ghana fo na mo pe hu de kosi ye agese ma helicopter crash no esi ye rende Captain Fojo wanya ntobu ase wa kyerɛkyerɛ ni nyina mu de amaye nti na 40 bi ani Z9 no na nse ye na problem bi ani be ya de a weather ne nso ka ho bi ne yin na so anim sɛ 2025 yankasa no weather we kyɛ sɛ say the only year me who say November ni ade nyina ebushia insure den eto 2025 into wakase na weather no ade aja say ka ho bia I think say ye ne be ya adwen ba ni nyina mu nyankopon emfa wo mo kra ensie ebushia ye ntufa na eja ye monra MPP amanyoko ni mu akache na ye kwa MPP akache a story back one from last week ebe nyina no machiti ye papa Dr. Amache versus Abronye DC didi atem ne ade ajase busua opete digu honom de ma Dr. Amache ni nyina ne nam so oba abonten ebe ka se ade ajase Abronye DC wa disrespect your former president Kufuor. I think say I have really spoken a lot about this issue ankasa na enne Denise Miracle Aboagye di nkomo bi na enkomo a wo di no. This whole incident by ya Abronye DC bedidi papa ya tem ebe ka say papa ne ye kronfo papa ne ye murderer papa no ebra no ye adwuma wo hospital kra no no ma for wrong injection no ku amanfo ne ade especially media personnel ye de ya no tumu bi ankasa ye fire ya ankasa kra bisa say nti se bi empenifo bi ni MPP party ne mu a ade chi ni ade se bi ase bi nsem nu ne nsemfo agese ekoso party mu won betumi akole ya Abronye DC to order eno ada me betena the story be so man Abronye DC chire say ono no obi anhye de chire onsuro bia oye just regional chairman de ma MPP party no obi enu obetumi aka na no atum say de asam ne tie no obeba be fire say be affect party no affect party no ono Abronye DC emfa ne ho odi sa ne nkomo ni nyina wie na Denise Miracle Aboagye ne wono so kasa no say ontia se de enti Abronye DC a won ka Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia crew no ho on ye part of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ne campaign team no ho na so dan de nyina no Abronye DC kono okodi ne nkwase asema na so okopoli a ne de aba be she Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia wo se sa de na ekosho party de mu ne de anase ekosho Ghana no ono odwen wa wonti ase Abronye DC fiti braja so oba abonten be ka say ono na jese nyame ya adom na se ye koto aba 31st of January 2026 a obeto aba ne de ama Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia no boni biara branche ni bedi bia no no mo de aba be she Bawumia ba o kama obi ate ase se Bawumia nim ho hwe Bawumia nye ono na she Abronye DC echi nti se ye penkrofo kro ye bese ye hodi Abronye DC responsible dia ene na wo se eye national secretary de ma MPP amanyoko di JFK ena afi national chairman de ma MPP amanyoko di chairman Bute sankrofo na wo se ye hodi wo mo responsible because wo mo ne na wo mo ye mpenifo wo mo da eye MPP party na no a se bibi kwobone na se bibi ese wo MPP party ni mu a wo mo ne na wo se wo mo calling the party to order na mbom no enye Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ohwe oni Abronye DC na mbom oni ni ndidi mbom yes wo so support no but since Abronye DC batwi ni ti so support Bawumia enu ti na bibi e be kobodi bia no ye de she Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia the only thing na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia betumi aya ne se bi obefa ne phone no obefra Abronye DC akacha Abronye DC se onche did the attempt so but he does not hold Abronye DC and he is stating emphatically say Abronye DC is not part of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ne campaign team or your regional chairman into regional chairman former yenjai say ye attack Bawumia no na yemfa ahode no emfa nko attack the executives the current executive of the NPP amanyoko o kan wie ya na mse we hu se bi kwapia na ya abia yet krom ha ena kwabrade kodi ne nkwase asem a mode be share Kennedy akompre ko hine Japan sebi onu nkoa ni obi agese on de onu na mo betumi provoke onu na mo betumi aye de mo pa bia de a chere na hwe ye sha asese ye be attack ye Bawumia de mo be ka chere ye se enye Bawumia ene sha Abronye esi na ye mi se ye ho sa Bawumia ne campaign ade a wo ye nyina wan na ye kasama no Abronye disi nkasa mfa ma Bawumia nti said ye wo bi free Kennedy camp said ye wo bi free Brian camp ba no be kan bibia muko attack the main person aspirant na wojina no momma kwan na said Abronye DC so odi ni nsamfo no amanfo attack Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia it is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia peniye Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia show him say 31st of January 2026 amanfo be kwa akoto abade amane dia and the unfunction it seems Abronye DC kan krofo na wo mo sign the campaign ho I have gotten the chance to speak to a lot of delegates and some of them catch them and say because of Abronye DC they are never going to vote for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. It is a Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia penny. Said Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia persuaded in 2026. I mean, say, and no to be possible. Then he should call Abronye DC to order. And Mama Mountain Bekasa, we should stop attacking Bawumia. We should stop attacking Bawumia. Bawumia tour na Abronye DC. With the measures of a camera on your call. Na Yakwa Dennis Miracle ABOAGYE Seminole and from Brasisia.
Yeah, the Mbrana Erani Kuno. You call him Brano. And my flag bearer, and I say former flag bearer, and I say former vice president, to me over a regional chairman. At best, the Obayane say, Ebi a wokojo, minimo, na wake bibi na entry yeda mafafo na mafra say ah koyo na de we aka e de. Say nko yi o. Me ko abroche me no bi ka say ah na wo ga na ni na oti ho. And our radio station back home in share from presenter could you or can something to see no and on Casano. No, yes, sir. No, no, market Casano. Miss ah, na Ghana, Michigana, and pa and Ghana radio presenter. But the first time Michigana and Chess, I'm telling you one yet. The obey to me at Kojo, Jantwa, they are on air. The owners and the management of Insira. And yet me just because me Ghana ni na kojo nso ye Ghana ni because they are kojo ye no me egu me ho fi egu Ghana ni na ho fi nti me metumi ate kojo re so me frɛ kojo na me ka che na opa notie opa ontie but ye wo mo a eye o masudie a wo metumi atwe kojo aso ana wo ja sa nkrofo no weja kwasitum weja management of insida na wo de weni besa miracles a ono abakomo wo se mo nto abama no e ka chen say yan to ma wo because wo kromu wo radio presenter bia ogu mo man ho fi ana wo ne nkasa na wa be jan say nto abama Obekaya, there was a point in time the general secretary of the party issued statement I refer the original chairman ABRONYE to the disciplinary committee. Adentina general secretary na kanche Dr. BAWUMIA say on no issue we ma sanction ma ABRONYE because he has no such mandate. Na de okay nyina say Dr. BAWUMIA money awaye nyina ne say ABRONYE bie na no kan ye say about one MPP kono me ABRONYE meto ma Dr. Mahmoud BAWUMIA because of that inti ABRONYE no munsuo anaso no mafetisia ono mo Dr. BAWUMIA di mu odi benku a odi BAWUMIA di mu simply because ABRONYE as one of the voters. Remember ABRONYE na organize elections no and ya ABRONYE na friend is saying over running presidential primaries no could you ABRONYE or you're just one voter out of the 280,000 voters that Dr. Mahmoud BAWUMIA remember in the context of these elections yes, he's the regional chairman of Bono region but he has only one vote and into the Dr. Mahmoud BAWUMIA pay vote no on one Bono region no he has only one vote. Dr. Mahmoud BAWUMIA also vote no so yenim tuntum num fita nim we yem pubi vote na wope nipa ne so obeto ma na sebe o ya ponte kura na so bakoto ma so obedane kraman ana obedane akokọ no eno ye wadwuma semre no so na se wo se wo ya ponte banka wo ye friend say kraman e beboa wo be frɛ onua na de na wo nda ne wo ho enye kraman se na wo si ya ponte se mi de be hadwo na wo nye kraman mai se nipa ne pa no say mate but okase ontia wo won't mean anything because you have absolutely no mandate over that person. But when you make miracles, me a member of the Dr. Mahmoud BAWUMIA campaign team, me a director for communications. It me some no kasanopi. Se be kaka se fi bia kuya. Dr. Mahmoud BAWUMIA betumi afrɛ me. Na watch my son. In fact, betumi afrɛ ka say hey, if you na comment kasa ma me bi nwote. Me jiwedi me to me no ye dwuma biom eno no ye because ono na wafa me se me mbeka ne team ho na member boa no ye den enye campaign abronye onka Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia team mo. He has no role, no function, no responsibility in the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia team. As a stakeholder, Abronye is only a voter, one of the voters. Eto about MPP more. Flabber is in our press on million vote. Osio beto ma Dr. Mahmoud. 2023. Abronye, this one once what so dia baby support and answer Wakasama Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Baby, oh baby, I know dinner. But I feel you say, Metro about my Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, even though previously my yanesa. Inti, koyo, Edin pa se, o try se, o chi, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Eba, se, Abronye yana di, Abronye ya regional chairman of the MPP, no. I say MPP, a cool, what penny for what leaders, what different, obi I want responsibilities, sir. MPP no one bra. Your members did no. O say Abronye subainti enunti Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia fata say obey leader. Wabra Abronye onye Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia campaign team member na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia tiano. Onye juma ma Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia tiano. And Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia nye chairman of the NPP. Onye general secretary of the NPP. On also your penny to send all the other leaders now. Omo play akonya the penny for no. Nti aso die kro na wo de bo Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. I don't want to me am fan body other leaders also. And no pay so meet you no kojo respectfully. Me te say na wo ka say odi honorable Richard anani atem Emma wo Dr. Bawumia. Omo ojo matem no diba wo Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. I think it's very, very unfair to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. So what when year oh kojo say ne me sekeka kono. Obi be ka say one now what they can say 2028 MPP be lose elections no. And nti wo ye dia obeye bia say the papa mo say the boni mo wo ye dia obeye bia say dia be obeku peni ne ho fi. Na ma wasem na waka na bem. I say waka asama to na say wo dia prophet die. Omo share community na fe de omo aye campaign. Want to wo obe fi say sada wo ye. Because mitie Abronye nsem o kan ye ne ntokwa ene na kasa ne Dr. Richard Anane enya ya no ebie no Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia din wom Dr. Anane ankoka se ebia obi koka Bawumia sem ena Abronye kodi ne penatem Abronye so kasa no wanka obebi ada se Dr. Anane akase tia Dr. Bawumia enuntu no odi natem Dr. Anane say there was a national council meeting omampeni kofo beka assembly na no won say Abronye na sorry eyi omampeni kofo ano na Abronye so ade etinye ono so abeyi Dr. Anane ano nkomo nyina afenu mienu nyina yi
na chese Dennis Miracle ABOAGYE ene yakọ akwakotie ne nsem abane nti wotie nsem a chese Dennis Miracle ABOAGYE kanyina wobaso wo ka kire Ghana fo se de Abronye DC eye ne ade nyina no wonka Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia team ho wonka Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia campaign team ho de oye bia wo ye de ama wono ankasa ne ho ba ye ti kromo abusua ye nka bi nhemu ena Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia wo ye ne campaign to ewo bi Abronye DC kro ye akogina platform so etoto ayampia ne ade de ma Kennedy akompre ko hine Japan misre bisa Dennis Miracle ABOAGYE say sa de na Abronye DC ekodi ye wodi Kennedy atema e ma Kennedy supporters a wom ye delegate anu wom ho no wom so bufu ya wom ka kire Bawumia ne ne nkrofo say wom ka de wom ba wom beba ba ye no why na e favor no Dennis, maybe so say, Sadia na Abronye DC ye and why na a favor no. Abronye DC di Kennedy akompre ko hine Japan atem no. Why any favor no? Baby biara Abronye DC ye bia no. Ye nyina ye nim dada say ya dia a favor Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. It is said Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia per se Ghana for jitu man pase. He is not behind Abronye DC. Adia just Abronye DC eye na ono Bawumia on foraswa. What is stopping him from coming now to come and then condemn that act Abronye DC eye no publicly said ya be ya Ghana for be hu ni say ade na Abronye DC eye no e ya de wono Bawumia nsha eche any contract crash ebusu esi ye se mo be ya e break just a crash ni see ye no yenya MPP supporters nkwala bi a wo mo kotena be fontentan fidie show e kan semfo edi ye mampani Excellency John Dramani Mahama atem ebi make allegations say e yade ye mampani sa shase na sa helicopter crash we yesi ebre ye be chi nkwala yi kotum ye yi ba kwa ye friend fanti comedy Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia de won sa kotu ni nsem e chia abrantie e ma abrantie be gi video be ka say ebre ye chi no Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia fa phone frey e ka kire wo mo say ye ma abrantie ne special treatment e obi a ye wadi boni a ya chi no ne 7 fried rice ni akoko nam. And today, you people want to come out and then paint Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say he is saint, and then Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has got nothing to do with whatever nonsense that is going on. Yet, and I mean, I could blind Bulgaria. Would he Kennedy attempting? I hear one who said Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Kroya or the Nensakwa to a brand and you come out and you tell me Bawumia is innocent. And he expects me say Sebi, a son say, and with no respect, the son say me near friend of my suswe sinto, and the air question I mean when I meant yana. Oh, you people should save that. Enough of the pretense. Everything that is going on, Obi free Kennedy camp there Kennedy. Now no be free Bawumia camp there Bawumia name. Me say the ya another day na mo point fingers at Kennedy akumpro ko hine Japan say, ono no hye ne mechi. Ya cheche ma wuntu me ma me kan je say Kennedy na hye. And I started back aside. ABRONYE this year the name passy, and you on one as I got na won to be TV. Equaka second in the shade. Yente ha, and a cook ya bema, will share bema a caliber a man like him. Just bema no one ya corner, bema no one shame cry, bema in basabi, or what's now won to me TV or croya. Equaka Ghana for say, Eddie Atema just a Kennedy team. One of the man Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, I did just a Kennedy in the shade. And I'm sure man about and send back a Ghana for say, be Kennedy, ye be a Kennedy team, no and the boss about me, ye be any team, yente ya. So why are you coming out today to pretend? Why are you coming out today to behave as if say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia do ye saint, na say Kennedy do ye saint? E quote tiamo dia mu pe bibi dia kire mo ho. If Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia wants Ghanaians to believe, say he is so innocent, and then whatever nonsense, ABRONYE this Eddie in our own motion, he should come out publicly and condemn it. Because this is what Baba condemn. Bibi biara ABRONYE this beyebiano. We are going to say it, say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and the Shene say be obi and you obi and chen obi o. Obi and one ma wo yi obi e chen obi ni nyina party kro no ma de wo bre 1992 mpodo mo sere se yempia ne mfa ne nkoto nsuom de wo ba 2008 ne de ye ma na shura hingwa no metena so what bi da de wo sacrifice e wo MPP party no no you people want to sack him na no adam hu video bi na circulate abrante ye friend koke wenya ne hote honom e ka se Kennedy akompre ko hine Japan se Bawumia wini a wo mo be pam Kennedy free party no na it sounded like a joke to me. It sounded like a joke to me. Mo bet you pam Kennedy free party no. This is someone onye bibia fambo party no, and this same koka ye share ni ebisa say said ya woka say ye be pam Kennedy free party one kasa woman what have you done for the MPP or say ye chi obi e ya mekoja no and a yesu si we MPP party no e ya mekoja no and look at sebi perform fan chame be ma be say and na e detected the Ghana for. That is why I keep telling delegates to say if you go and then you vote for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and kwafo e twa ne ho ahia wo no wo mu ye adwuma. Those are the people that woman Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia be ye adwuma so okola akoto aba de mana ye sha asie se ye chichi amanfo yi kire me Kennedy nipa ba ko a o kan campaign team ho a ya che no NDC ba ya wo mo chi MPP foi wo mo fire MPP foi kire me nipa ba ko a o ka Kennedy akompre ko hene Japan team ho a ya che no. You will not even get a pinch of salt. Because you know why? Because they are following someone who is disciplined. Kennedy is disciplined. Kennedy also son kwasi asem so. Kennedy, who riesi ko be me ya chiwatum. That is the leader Ghanaians we need now. Kennedy is a no-nonsense man. BAWUMIA nkrofo edirechi so omuko yoku an so omuko CID ni echi bitum na jase ebi disconnect jase ye ma ebi bail conditions a wom do omuti pemkra buhwe anyeye but show me a single person from Kennedy Akumpre ko in Japan's team unyo bia cuz they are just like their leader. They are just like their leader. Na ne Alex Tete di nkomo bi. Na Alex Tete ne nkomo a wedi nyina ne se ye pe wo bi a wo say MPP party na Dr. Mahmoud BAWUMIA. Na wo show bi ti sa ABRONYE a wo ka BAWUMIA team ho. Na ye man 11 seats. Na ne aka 1 seat. Na onu mpo ni nya ho Crucify ya manfo a. Onu Alex Tete ya na na reho. No wie no obekire say said na make ya say ya ndisi ba e wo mo chichi eyi BAWUMIA ne nkrofo ni ade wo ka Kennedy team ho na wudi wan sidi kura Kennedy wo beje wan jidas anas wantumi entu obema yedi watum enunti ena baby sorry baby Ghana yedru sisia no ye hia a leader like Kennedy Akumpre ko hine Japan yentie sansem na Alex Tete so kan no emra sisia
fo no yedi na fofo hwe se wodi oba besia na yedi na tum na wonso wisem ena wo yidem na wo makosuku a de na be BAWUMIA da urubenti hwe nim guase ato enne BAWUMIA makremofo nyinaa maguase ema hana ena enya problem o hyem yi o na MPP ubede gina ho ye campaign aje yewura kompre kope because wo ye campaign evidence abasa mpa ma membu amubebu mu nkofo ne dio magum yi omoda sugum enya se me na me gina ha na meka enti wodi we na ekogina ha ye campaign because mu ye ni ya Bible senka wani mante di kwame yesre Kennedy nkofo ba aponti omu kwame wu ba akosi ya chi bi na wo so so be corruption because ye be pam kwame nobody wo Kennedy abemu a wo betimi afa aban sika de ye ne ope wo mre nkofo gu Kolebu all the 16 region yebenya Kolebu standard yebenya G standard ewo bebia na nipa esu okure mu nipa nyamomobo hwe ba be sika amafa na efe mu wi amosi aban ni trimode enka wo hana akra wo ye Muslim ye pepe ni dia mu ye yenum sanka mu ye discipline wonte sa wo enam BAWUMIA nti wo ne Mahama na ti utu wani anka afori anopa na kwa ko ni fie ni wakodidi wonem se hana one Mahama ye oposi wonti ni anko wo bra peni se papa why ye president da enti ma memra na mi metiaw na wo de me godfather no mu nyina mu ye yenum se ye wo ye nke se pepe for de moka na hana wonti ni anko tia papa yi kura da ne ye opposite wodi wo wie ya efie de ucha wani ahwe say unua no beboa wa na omwa wo hu nioma amoye ya enam BAWUMIA wodi nkofo ato esan mu kwame BAWUMIA de yempesi e beti ni din kura say o mato aba no wanya 16% nke be ya me ya papa mi tre yewura don kam William yi BAWUMIA ema ABRONYE kodidi na tene wa kodidi wiyatem minister ya kufu minister France Richard Anane minister wa ya juma wo kroma chen Richard Anane obi mfa ba ko pemra wa ban bi a wa ben Richard Anane ni din ho te wo ye adwuma ye enne de ABRONYE onu edidi campaign say ya na wo ye ne de 11 seat se wonsa ena wo kolusu 11 seat ni nyina ne ka wan nti wo fisa ne wo ye BAWUMIA wo nim de na wo nim de da ho a enka wo betimi afensa manafo ne wo ye ene ye ni campaign kra mente so abomidinda wa san fani di wati no wo ye campaign mam womna ose na nye suku ne sanfa so ni susa nti obi ko suku no so kita certificate na ni kasa ni dia kwame ahumti yewura kompre kon so bu nu egu na sum omfi wom to mo hwehwom ye be ma wo mo pressure BAWUMIA me si wonya 15% kura kwame ne me kan kwame no de me kranka kama ebe je be kwa
Alex Tete ene yakọ akwakotie ne nsem kasa Alex Tete eka nyina ye Dr. Mahmoud BAWUMIA ne nkrofo said the NDC ba ye sifa echichi wo mutum ni ade ene suban ya chese wo mo dan ne dia sa suban ni nyina no ensem fata ena ne wakasa ede afa ho na Kennedy Akumpre ko hine Japan na nkasa so wadi nkomo bi mo beka ya na video bi circulate ne say Kennedy obi a no obeso obeye flag bearer de ma MPP 2024 osori a osi a na MPP lost the election in 2022 ena Kennedy kan obi na MPP amanyo ko lose election ade ene Kennedy a chirechire nenti e wo ka say NPP lost the election in 2022. Ni nyina no $1 and cedi. Na all kasana no oba beka say the reason why intia NPP mpenifo ni bebre na wo mpe na asem ne say ono no ka no kore. Asem ne said yet no obesi the pain waka ni pay one metwantro ne ade na saade na leaders ne so mfempe na asem no eno so na ama grassroots no wo mo so anya odo shunku bi ade ama ono kenedi akompre ko hine Japan wo so ono de ne ma wo ba nyina ye adwuma ba wo ba nyina no eye adwuma nti wo ye delegate enkogi 10 cities enkogi 200 cities enkogi 300 cities bi fan sha ho na fa wo kokromoti ne nkoto aba fu adaachi bi no ye benu ye ho fa kokromoti no fa koto aba pa cha se be so aba pa e de ama wo ma na wo mo nursing school no wo ma na wo mo teacher training no wo ma na wo mo ko university no e dru se wo kwa akoto aba na akoto aba pa se papa we ni ba wo ba 2028 no obebie ndwuma enye fiansa na wo ba bi ba be wia ba betena fie wo ba na wo nko shuku na enso no na ni giso obeye mpaboa na ni giso obesua de pam na ni giso obeye adwuma wo factory no Kennedy akompre ko ohine Japan be ma ba wo se nyame ye adom na se wo ba obebie ndwuma di ama wo na wo mu nko school obebie bi di ama wo na wo ma ko school candidate ejire nyina ebusua obie no wono ma wo kasa di afa adwuma ho na ba ne Kennedy akompre ko ohine Japan ebusua mesi wo kita records no over 7,000 workers. Enye ni kromfo anko a aigbefo wo mu entafo wo mu fantefo wo mu asantefo wo mu bonofo wo mu chese papa ya true dia peti dia mo bia chese uko regions bi na wo share the achievements of Kennedy akompre ko hine Japan ebusia mese bia meti he san ka me nko ase ye mam yakonya se me ye pani bi wo MPP a anka futu a me de be ma wo mo ne se candidate for na aka nyina ne ye ma wo bi nyina ne nkotena se na ye ma akompre ko hine Japan nko a on the san se bibi papa bibi shunku bi ewo papa yi mu a obeboa mo manga na etumpon na manga na afa ne ntuma pay fra mesha so obeka me ho ne akọ na yakọ akotie Kennedy akompre ko hene Japan the incoming president of this country 2028 ne semino FM Resisia
March 2022 I had $40 million equivalent in cedis 240 million. Now, the 240 million in March 2022, it was 6 cedis to $1, which means I have $40 million. The same 2022 August, the same $240 million worth 15,483,000. So I told them, look, anybody in this government, if you bring him, he lost the election in 2022. Because Ghanaians, the businessmen, had taken a stand, taken a decision that no more with the MPP party, with this, anybody from this government. And they said what? Oh, Kennedy Japan is destroying the party. I am giving you clues not to vote for a wrong person. And you didn't take it. You voted for a wrong person. We lost miserably. How do you then accuse me? Because I felt it. A guy came to me. He was with the other camp. And when he came and we were discussing and I gave him reasons why I said those things. And he was shocked. It's a lady rather. She asked me a question. So how are your co-stores? Listen to me. My co-stores, I was renting them after taxes. All the co-stores, I was making $600,000 a month. This time, our time, 2024, out of the 600,000, my rent was $28,000 after tax. The lady was shocked. Said, yeah, you don't do business. You sit in the office, and when we are complaining, you think we complain too much. She was shocked. And NDC came, we started picking, but there's nothing to write home about. I've lost drastically. People's money, gone. So if I tell you, and you say that I'm going contrary to the party, what I let us, May 2016, we didn't have cars. Where were these rich people? People who can give monies, where were they? But we've gone past that. I'm okay with whatever going on. But the delegates, what I can tell you is, don't think of today's money. Think of future, the permanent job that your children are going to get. Those enticing you with monies cannot give you anything. After that, they'll say goodbye to you and you still go back and struggle. So vote for a man who has love for you, who cares about your welfare, who sees you as a human being and always ready to vote.
Kennedy akompre ko hine Japan e na akasa no. Kennedy share delegate say ema mu hwe wo mafu nne. Ema obi nkwaji amo na hye mu 5 no. Ema obi nkwaji oil gallon baako. Ema obi nkwaji 1000 cedis nti na onfa dachi generation no. Wa mo dachi enfa nkoto bola so. Onipa da seni biara we delegate at 31st of January 2026. Obetu abani bi no. Se wujin dachi wo ma ho. Wujin the future of your kids are. Only one person and a savior. Nipa baako pe ene betumi aboa mo manga na etumpo na manga na afa ne ntuma pefra na saa nipa ne na ye Kennedy akompre ko hene Japan obi ni baby abiom obi ni baby abiom the only person a obetumi aboa mo manga na etumpo no me say eye Kennedy akompre ko hene Japan ye wonsem a ye ka na Kennedy to say but there be am say se papa be ka no kura no na the end of the day amafo betan no na me amiti hey obeba na menye adwuma ya I prefer one course one kan no kura no ma menye adwuma nye NDC ba ye yenhwe yenuanom anesefo a wo mutifie yenhwe demonstrations ahodo abusua akosho okrom ha ane teacher for demonstrations ahodo akosho wona woma ko university ewie ebi su said ye obeye ne national service impo ye problem we a delegator bisa hu say 8 years na MPP aban wo so no edebe na wunya ye ebra na wo presan ko obi mfa wo fast bi anaso wo mfa wo babi e wo military ni mu e wo police ni mu no respond ben ye de ma wo emma obi manuo mbekasa mbetu mfutu ngu ani so enka nche say ena meba constituency bia no meba be for nipa say ena mebua ena 276 constituencies no obi abenye. Do not let somebody lie to you. Baby asisi Ghana for baby yedu no baby a obefe bia no edin ba akope no obi ebo enu am hwe so na djumedie medi a whole NDC candidate tena ha obie na no ka say if NPP wants to come to power 2028 then the rightful person is Kennedy akompre ko hene Japan. Kennedy enye MP before nkwa na do no ye wo NDC fu a wo mo do Kennedy ye wo floating voters a wo mo do Kennedy akompre ko hine Japan. Do you know why? Because okita sa track record no okita records are we prove beyond measures say ye de Ghana shenen say obetumi aboa mo man Ghana tumpon Alaji 38 campaign na wo ye nyina na me bie tumu bisa say what dey pan wo china so e ka say yento abanfa mana wa we nim no betumi a cho comment section as because me am if you should ask me I don't know what ne campaign and the campaign na wo ye sometimes you sit down and then you try to analyze whatever he's saying na maybe someone who say are we really sure we are going to do this? Are we really sure say yeah kwa yes idea we say yeah the omega na kwose Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia nsa na. And I will state it again, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is not a politician. You can decide to agree with me. You can decide not to agree with me, but I will say it. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, he is a businessman. He is not a politician. Of course, he knows nothing about politics. And even as an economic messiah, Yensho said we'll handle Ghana economy. Yensho the Ekwaso. Do we want to risk it again? I am not sure. Baby a yedru sisia no. It is only one leader. And that leader, Kennedy akompre ko hene Japan. Okwa manonia wo bi ebo Kennedy din. Ube pie mo memanye obi ebo Kennedy din. Na afi dem biom. Delegate adwuma ne ye ba akope o. Na se adwuma no ene se 31st of January 2026. Mo be man kunimdie aye Kennedy akompre ko hene Japan. Ne de na ebusua so da adwuma die so de bia me ka kire mo se I would expose you if you try to play nonsense. Mensaka letter B. Na letter na mensaka no. Somehow it sounds so funny to me. NPP for schedule that one the beto about is 31st of January 2026. One more press conference ba kwa one more year no. And one more beka say afi we ya bana one more beto no. There is nothing like a proxy voting. Ebia wa wonni proxy voting me beto me bona ma chirechire. Se me amiti he yebushia me ye delegate anyame ya adoma 31st meto aba ni bi. Na hana ATP nso a enche wodi newspaper review ne be hwemo no so ye delegate obeto aba ni bi. Na yemfa ne se emna so se ye ba beto aba no. Na me na ya se wa misi metu kwan. Enti hana ATP a wono so ye delegate no. Memma ne saa akwanya no na wato mema ba no e dia mame a kane no na e ya allowed. Na MPP for womu we a womu ye and womu de beto abonten say 2026 MPP flag bearer race no abano. There is nothing like proxy voting. Proxy voting be and one me bekosho wo wonom na abasa to aba betumi ato aba wetu kwan ya aba no wontu bi a wontu bi ye ma won fa to mi ni fem ko show bi nsa na won kan kire nipa ne say nipa ne nkoto aba ne fa ma won na me tetetete niema bi wa aba fontentan fidie show tetetete niema bi leta na ekita me no bi binti ena bia metumi ma obi a ehu niema ewom sa aba metumi bo a kirechirem. Na sa source na letter ni every ban so a credible source. And the thing na metete ni din bi a metete ne bushia Dr. Mahmoud BAWUMIA allegedly na hye ma bi echi na ya beka che Dr. Mahmoud BAWUMIA say de wonya ni tiri mu 2023 no se na adwenye ne se 2026 wo benya ni tiri didim dia ne na oboa. Na sa letter ye bushia ye si efri NPP amanyokuo no chairman na womu obi memu ebi free Australia, ebi free Belgium, ebi free India, ebi free Italy, and it just say Germany ni UK ni USA keka wo just say over 30 chairmen and a woman no edin aba abonten a according to woman no woman say omo the petition kwa akoto presidential election committee for niema bi a chese wo maye a chese sa niema na wo maye no according to wo no sa niema na mfa kwemu nti sa petition wo mo de kwa akoma the general secretary of MPP say presidential election committee for no wo me taking decision bi as a decision no for the banning of proxy voting. Na sa proxy voting no woman mpese wo mo beti ase enti no mo benya anko obi tu kwan a ye mo obi fufura kwanya na sa nipa ne nto aba yeti he ya so na MPP for so be ye press conference be ka say this time there is nothing like proxy voting. Enti sa petition na mo de kono mo de kwase ye mfenye den na ne abushia wo ma bo MPP ateko de ben ere wo se ye ma obi akwanya na metete se Dr. Mahmoud BAWUMIA allegedly to 500 Ghana cedis bi di mankrofo bi metete se 500 Ghana cedis ketua bi koso di amankrofo bi a wo mo wo mayimu se de be ya wo mo nyina bagji atum se de be ya proxy voting ne be koso wo mo hwe ni yie woman say papa no am ye careful. Sa 500 Ghana cedis na mumu bi mu hihye shuma se na mo jeje no me kama Matias say at the end of the day no 500 Ghana cedis no ebe soon for how many days? How many weeks? And sa 500 Ghana cedis no wo be di awie enti wonnye wonchi ma ho kakra. Womana efiansa no wo beko senior high school no anya bia nti wonje wo mo hu kakra embisa se wo mo da che beye den ye mo bia kwanya no obi nkoto aba ne fam obi nti petition no mekan beye phase 1 and then phase 2 bi pe mi nrewre mu ani mi pese ma rewre mu na sa petition no the chairman National Executive Committee, New Patriotic Party, Accra, through the General Secretary, New Patriotic Party, Accra, MPP Amanyoku. a petition challenging the Presidential Election Committee's directive banning proxy voting in the forthcoming presidential primaries. Pursuant to Article 4 of the Constitution of the New Patriotic Party, which provides for the right of members to petition or seek redress through the party's established grievance and disciplinary committee, we, the chairpersons and delegates of the 30 external branches of the party, respectively, submit this petition for consideration. And their background, yes, we are chairpersons and delegates of the New Patriotic Party affiliated to the 30 external branches duly recognized under Article 8 of the party's constitution by established practice and precedents. Delegates of external branches who are unable to be physically present during presidential primaries and national executive elections have consistently exercised their franchise through proxy voting, a practice sanctioned and regulated by the party in previous election. On 6th of November 2025, the Presidential Election Committee held a press briefing at which it announced that there shall be no proxy voting for the Saturday, January 31st, 2026 presidential election. The PEC lacks a constitutional authority to unilaterally alter or prohibit proxy voting. The party constitution just say bushia woman the abrofo making kind ade nyina no won say sa proxy voting e was say ba so into obi etu kwan no obi memu a e was say masa nipa na obi o Ghana na ono so wa kwanya obeto no na ye sa nipa na kwa akoto aba mienu na why na sebi adwene ye adwuma se me amiti he se me se me wo Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia camp na me wo Kennedy akompre ko hene Japan camp na wo na me kwato aba ne dia ma no se nso no wo Brian Champion camp aye bia meto ma aba ne wi am wo hwa meto aba ne dia ma wo candidate na wo pe no ana meto aba no e dia ma me candidate na me pen. In fact MPP amayoko no mo hwa na se mo constitution no mo hia amendment mo san so nkoye delegate conference na mo nkoye amendment because there are certain things we honor it doesn't make sense. And your best Kennedy akompre ko hine Japan team ne say they should put their legs on the ground. One for woman 9 pimping from one for woman 9 emphasis from because 2026 abano so one year list mistake and niema be fa woman say niema be fa woman say na kwabrande so no hye na sabi allegedly o twetche 500 Ghana cedis dia mamafo epiepia wo mo se wo mo fa petition nko fa petition for petition nko no obi enu hono ma wo koto aba mienu obi enu hono ma wato na aba wi a wo nko fie mbre no so ne ye bobo a wo mbre metie obi anto aba mienu obi anye nyansani fa nche obi a MPP amanyoku party na ya akono. Today we are seeing a different party altogether. In this year, person ye koswa ni ye say na say MPP party ni egudi a. I wish you people all the best. Me wish you na all the best. Mun koswa mun ye say ya na delegate nso obeji sika. Na abekwa akoto abafo nya me adoma next year. Twedi ampo nyankopon hada shuri ene nu ubedi. ATPD ensama jasa aba won krata ni mu no. Wo ba be pese ni nyina mu ede amaye. Na before that no Lionage Clinic GH wo mo ada Roman ande nana yas wo menya akwanya na betena fidiem ha no se ebusua makasa ede de yakosho o man Ghana nyina no ede aso no mesho so we kam ho no ija yakọ na yakọje eye aboafo nkrato abasisia
Abusia yare ben na hawo and get to brain no me come for Lionage Clinic Ghana and famau ahankwa na abepiemu a ye de bibidro esaw yare abusia se oba bepiemu wa hase ya yesa enam yare bi te say syphilis gonorrhea candidiasis jalipo do na nim se a friend of white no.
Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Maxwell Aziz Mensah. I'm the founder and senior doctor of Lionage Clinic Ghana. Our mission is to provide you with exceptional herbal medicine treatment and holistic healthcare to all our patients to becoming a healthier you. Thank you for trusting Lionage Clinic Ghana. Lionage Clinic Ghana, your #1 healthcare expert.
Linus Clinic GH for say yare bi eda osubia no obetimi afre wo mo na eja wo mo de wo meduro papa bibiduro no kama no mo de ama na eja yare no etwutwu ne na se America na this so proxy election ni ade amafo petition na wo mo de kone ade no nyame ya adom akina yebe wuremu ankasa na se me time ne ko yebe wuremu na chesa another expose ekura busu amiti he ya be kamensa no masa so de atodwa e de amamu nyina mema ha na ATP akwa abashonko ATP bibi abako de oba de na daroma me so me ho ye papa se me na aba won krata ni mu okay na ya se o me na wasi ye papa famra Tuesday showdown jumedie so nene daily guide and I busuan for me for daily guide and fan share a crata ni nyina ase e fa ma yetie for nya hwe for dane de nyina omojebre etie Kumaso Online TV Tik TV and afi so Friends of Ken TV nene obepie mu e daily guide ni mu ase a na say ye minority leader ye afenyoma king ni foni e da ha se kama na wo hye ye wasima han nani na say bafo boni ese ono na esi a ye ni so no ye chief justice no wo no so ase de ye minority leader ye afenyoma king na cast mama na shock ni bisa no de nsa ato na no kama e wa hye ne se pese kama no say abranti obe make troubles ankasa wo kroma say na ne kratai e bo ho amane enu ada abra okopie mu overting room na enye fedi agran twuma mentwe e call so e wo minority ni majority ni ntem na no odinye papa ene kratai e kan wasem se ne ma e call so wonum nyina no ene daily guide e dia bias wo bo hu de ro e wo ha se wonya bia na da watu obo ase na wakenkan ni nyina bi kama so ede amaye na wo ba na siase so a na se GJ for e na wo mo e kasai e na anu ada wo se kwa so wa ya santimante mo se ye menhia no e na ye GJ for ede tuja so mo sere ada se ye na wo tu for na no betum bi se da be ya galamsia ate se wo man ga na mo ase ni nyina no eto ebetimi etwa koso no de wo kan amanfo tia na se Ghana fo ye tie no ntino wo fo na no entum se da ya galamsi atete se wo man Ghana mu ase nyina no eto ebetimi etwa ewo kroma se ne krata daily guide epon wamane enso ewa say na oba na suru ase so a na sensi ano ye Ghana police for any Nigeria police for na so isi ono maka omo ho abo mati task force bia eba betima ba human traffic ahodro ekoso ewo man Ghana mu ase na obetisi ya chi obi wa ha ya chi obi wa ase no obi timi bedi bone wo man Ghana mu ase no wakwa kopie mu ewo Nigeria obi so fro Nigeria no obedi bone ewo man Ghana mu ase we anama eye Nigeria ni Ghana aka aboma wo mati task force omo ba ba hye ama sa na ema nyina etu otimetwa ewo kroma se ya ene daily guide eba ho amane enso ewo ha ewunya bia na eja wakenkan ni nyina bi so ede ama na busuan obepie mu akrata ye mu akratafa etosu ensia so na ese telisefo mo na wabefo ene se so maka bo mo ba behwe ama network no etimi akona nim to otian kasa ene krata eso ekan wasem enso ewasente na no pay ensema daily guide ede ba ye ne se mabon nyina tofa ede amount de be ya ne se eja obenya bi na eja wato obo ase no wakenkan ni nyina bi kama so ede amaye mame fa wonko eye daily graphic na be PM daily graphic and ese abusuafo na ese ye bafo bone ni foni edha say enu adade nam se na nye fedi agran kasa abra okopie mu ewo committee fo animum ena we na wo kire mu ka kire Ghana fo ene awiase fo na nyina se wo hye Ghana fo nyina bo se CNC ya gi na tun so onu be chief justice ankasa ewo man Ghana mu ase no wo be ye hwehwani mu bi chief justice wo kro mu ase wo se da bi da wo de bibie betutu da kwanu wo bo no ho moden ayedwumaden ankasa ede aseve wo man Ghana ne krata eka wasem enso ewo hase ya enani foni eda hase waje ne se pese aje ne kotu enu address wo de kopie mu so de na enye fedi agrai wo address ye papa ene krata daily graphic eka wasem enso ewo ha na oba no eye krata fo etoso eye dumiensa enso ewo hase so a na say ye student loans no esi an esa so de 50% aka ho enti students for nyina na esi an esi de 50% aka wo person ko di loan biado ekwan no eda honom ede ma wa betimi akọ na eja watimi akwaje sa loan ni bi e wo hodme ne krata daily graphic e kan wasem e wo kratafa e toso e yedum yensa enso e wo ha na busuafo wo dum yensa wonom na e na ye energy minister e na e kasei wo de we kokobo pa e na wo kan e da chiro man Ghana so man Ghana yan fan wo no na ese na nse na ekọ na nipa baba ne wo bebre na so sisi wo ne ese ano ase short ya na e short e wo kroma sei e ti no se akeka kwa na ese ewu ni se eja ye se dum so bi isa so kenya no wo kroma se ya ma ya fan ko shebi de ko sese na se ye nema bebre na fan wa ne etu no kroma se de bia da ne nya bebre na wo ha se no asese ano ekọ form short e wo kroma se ne kratai kan wasem enso e wo kratafa to so dum yensa enso e wo daily graphica wonya de na eja wa kan nyina bi enso e de amaye na esi Ghana ene Germany soso ababa be carbon mama sign agreement bi etimi ba beboa aba bibia akọ bibia totin enso e de amaye e wo kroma se a ene daily graphic enso e kan WhatsApp enso e wo ha wonya bia na eja wakomusu kwa kenkan nyina bi kama so e de amaye mama for the dispatch efa ento so na be piemo enso the dispatch enso so a ne se ba mpani JDM ni phone e da ha se kama kratafo eto so e yedum yenum den na no ada ye DJ awo se kwa so e wo ya santimanta mu ase na ye menhia no e na wodi tu dwa na we de futu ankasa e na wodi MN Central for na se media fo nyina se wo besra Ghana fo nyina ankasa se titiriu any media fo se ye ma ye ni eda ho no te se abo wo papa because isi ano de bia de yeti asema pani a ya ma ye kuraso ni e bia no te se Ghana map ni aba betina social media ni aka etisi afa adwuma na boye boso se ye be ye dia ye ma nukuradie pepapa ye entimi enkoso e wo ban Ghana mu ase ne kratai enso e kan wasem kratafa to so dumiensa enso e wo ha sei e wo krata na ni mo na se KJ boss yes Alex the day wo no so ni phone e da ha sei e na wo kire mu e ka kire Ghana fo nyina ese e ye private sectors no e se nyina yetimi e de ye ho bom yetimi boa ema do mu hia bia ne so yetimi de ye hu hwem se de be ye oman Ghana ne ma bi wo no ma ye betimi akoye nim tote ne nyina etimi ensa etima kasa de na ne kratai enso the dispatch e kan wasem enso e wa sei na oba na ase so a na se ye papa IGP tete ye ho no ne phone e da ha sei sanso e na ye kwabrajon for no e na ye GJA president eno so ne phone e da ha sei wo kratafa e to so dumiensa na no ada de kwa so e waye o asante mante mu ase no nyina ye GJ awards no e na ye president yi e di etu eja e ka kire ye tete ye ho no se osre na da se se na ze twrofo ase de ye ni o man Ghana mu ase na sei e bra ye bro okuro ma se na nye fedi agom eti we de sre de pa no de sre ye IGP se wo make sure se obetimi ama improvement bi abaye media fo ni se de be ya even kwa se bi boni kura ekoso a police fo ebetimi cover ye e wo kuro ma se ya enese na se krata dispatch and so de eba nti wunya bia na eja wakenkan nyina bi kama so de amaye me de wo call the business analyst na be piem so e wo the business analyst so a na se kratafa eto so miensa enso e wo ha say no na se ye na wotumfo ni phone eda say GJA president e kwabrajon for so ni phone eda san so ene ye man pani JDM so ni phone enso eda modern sa ato nsem e wo ha say na krata business analyst e ba ho amane se ena no ada wo se kwa so e wo ya santimantem wo se ye menhia no ene ye boy na wotumfo abaso so ye ba no man Ghana mu ase pa ye pa infofo a ye so wotimi gina ne na so e ma sundue etimi ba man Ghana mu ase a ye fa sa aba asobode no e fa ma ye na wotumfo ne kratai e kan wo se ye bo na baso kama se wo no de wo ye man of peace anka se wo pa sundue e wo kroma senti de bia da me ntime wase bi esore e wo man Ghana mu ase no be kasa pe ubewu se na asundue etimi abam e wo man Ghana mu ase ne kratai e ba wa manese ya boya na wotumfo abaso so wonko so a na ne ma pa wo ye edebo wo man Ghana ne asanteman no wonko so a emfa enye emfa man ne kratai e kan wasem enso e wo ha sei wo ba na ase so akratafo a e to so miensa e wo ye the business analyst na mu so a na se bafo bon ni mfoni e da ha sei e na kratai e kire mu e ka se wo no de wo qualify ba wa pa ye so betimi I chief justice e tin se ma ye minority leader MPP amane ko ri bebre ka na fine ko se wo se wo mo no wanti wo bia case no de wo qualify bibia kire se obetimi I chief justice ankasa wo man Ghana mu asei ama na ye me se no anda na kopie mo ho no ma na enye federal ne kratai eka wasem enso e wa say na oba na show say so Crucify say etoso enum na se busua na se eye minority leader ya fi normal kenifo ni da show say kama ni nyina vet na nre course so a jabafo boni maintain wase bi so ye eja minority for 90 every one of no and a kratai enso eka wasem enso e wa say Bank of Ghana ya governor na eka say na wo kire mu ka kire my Ghana nyina say si economy no etime gina bra ne papa ya enye fidi agro ankasa ene kratai enso eka wasem enso e wa say na wo kopie bo so wo ye nkramantem susu a na se FDA fo omaye omadwuma ni biem eye factory ba kwa se so mo ye pure water e wo ho no ye so mo ni lances nti no na me no kase ye kwa kotumti ese ene enso bi wo na se wo no ma na eja wato obo aso wo hwehwe mu ya ansa na wano ko se dan anhwe ya asanso kwa problem for e de abrante ne krata daily the business analyst in sama se wo mo ede e bai na busua me didi nyina enso ede ababa besomo me de wo ko the overseer na abepiem so wo do overseer so a na se na no ada ye man pani dada na na danko akufuado adu show board gaga the prema Jack Toronto ai abra no wa bem na kopiem wo ye takrade marketer na se na project no na ekoso den so bedrum na bia na se project na enkoso biem den so na kratai e ma ye te ase e wo do overseer se si no finance minister na ekasa se si no ma sha se o musan so ye adwuma ye takrade market no o mo asan so akọho o mo ye ho adwuma enche bia no Enyakopon boy ebetimi abia no ede amadwadefo a wo mo ewota kwade o mo di edwa e wo sa market wonom no ene krata de overseer eso bon wamane enso e wa say na oba na sia say so na ese gold board ayesa mijen fi eda no no ene Nyakopon aboa ono abeka kire Ghana fo nyina say sa gold board na yetene kwade wo ba be hye wo bi obefa kuntuna say edi gold from my Ghana mu say akopi obi mo mi manso bia no ye be chi sa nipa no ene krata de overseer bo ho amane se yetima chinipa makoma 25 a yedo omo akwakọ gina emla ni memra eno omo ba wedi ni ye papa pade nyina ne se wo mafa kwoti kwan so omo di gold an efri o man Ghana mu asei akọ obi man so akwakọ ton Nyankopon encha don ese yensa etimi aka wo mu a ene kratai enso eka wasem enso e wo hase a wonya de overseer na eja wakenkan ni nyina bi kama so edi amaye na ye nyina ye beka ya abra 2024 so na ese MP NDC amani ko no eye campaign ankasa wo kroma say no then now better ba ko pa ne say ye ba ye be hwe ne nkokon ketenkete etima be koso papa ye e wo kroma say ene do overseer e bon wa mane say enche bia ento anko say be di Xmas na ese san nkokon ketenkete no ya be lanche ewo ye kumase mantemu ase asante mantemu ase ntino mse enche bia no eye nkokon ketenkete program no mo baba be lanche no ya asante mantemu ase ne kratai ka wasem enso ewo hase ya wunya bia na eja wakenkan nyina bi kama soso ede amaye ya ene kratai ka wasem wa ye Erico Poko no na ye agric minister enso ede etu dwa bra se oni mpanifo ede hyemu no wo se enche bia na asante mantemu ase na MD samanu ko bo hye na wo mo Ghana fo nyina no wo mo ahase omu disiti kuko kitekete a na Ghana fo ti memfo ka se na kuko kitekete a o kan ye wen no msisi an enche baba be koso edi amaye sanso ene Ghana ene na Germany agreement akoso ye ntem no ba ma bibia akoso no ene krata de overseer so po ho amane enso wa ha wunya bia na eja wakenkan nyina bi enso edi amaye na no pa insama de overseer enso edi ebaye enso eno no me de wo Daily Post na abepiem enso e wo Daily Post a na se acting defense minister wa baba be kasa ni nyina 6 August de see wo man Ghana mu ase se briche kase a so bo man Ghana nkrofo enwo twi a se mu nyina helicopter crash se ko crash ye mu nyina hwero mo kwa ya Nyankopon abo ma report no aba bonte ne atisi na ya se wa kra ba be church mu nyina enso da kire ne kratai enso ka wasem enso wa ha na oba ne kratafa etoso eye ensia ene enso wo Daily Post a na se bafo bonia waje Yesu across ibi na wo so ye ka kire Ghana fo nyina se he se sia na oba ye acting eye Ghana se Chief Justice Okroma say no wo ba be hwe amanimdie Nyankopon edema no no watimi da ba bebo ma bibia tima kwoso wano akasa e wo Okroma say wo so wo ne se na o me hwehwe ni mu bia niam bia wo Okroma say yo wo ba be hwe ama niam bebre na tima kwo de ni Chief Justice abra na wo so ye wo pledge say I promise on my own and the Carter Daily Post the phone aba beto wase yes wo kire mu a wo ka say Yakopon boy say yes so ye ni so me chief justice o be bon homode papa ya Krata Daily Post kan wasem enso ewo ha na bana sia say so so na senkrofo 25 as a gold board etimi ache wo nyina ne nyina ne so mo nam kwati kwan so a wo mo di gold edi from my Ghana mu say akwakọ pio bi man so akwakọ tondo sami janfi ni squad ne nyina ne tima che sankrofo ye nipa 25 ye ne Krata kan wasem ye de o makwakọ gina emra no ane Daily Post bo ho amane enso ewo ha na enu adabra na se vet no so ye ja ye bafo boni ye se wo kasa no say ade mane ejele ye atayi 70 years ni nyina ne se no wo shuro because ye won de we na atayi wo kuroma se na se wo di nyamra samanka se wo kuroma se wo jele di be 30 years 20 years obetima kwa aba na eja wa ba be trete na ne ye na busuafo ntim so man 70 years a sa 70 years no be kwa aba no bafo body no kura wa firim kwa dada kura na chire kura no akata eno nti ne nam so mane jele ye atayi 70 years ne Krata Daily Post bo ho amane so ha wonya bia na eja wakan ni nyina become so ede amaye me de wo kwa day break na be piem so e day break so a na se Katafo tosom yensa no na se minority leader ye afenoma kenifoni eda hase ya ese enra da vet ne kwa so a mente me wan so mo sorry edi free wonom ne Krata yi enso eka wasem enso e wa ase sanso na let's the day or no so private sectors or so obesra da se nyina betima carbon yetima bibia wo my Ghana mu ase ama bibia kwa wano enso eda maye ne Krata yi eka wasem enso eda maye eye bafo bonya wo chire mu ka se de ntia wo jeli ya atayi 70 years no shuro papa yi ko so ye hwa brand criminal kasa enuti na nam so e manage ya atayi 70 years na ne Krata day breaking so kan wasem enso e wa say sanso na wo ba na se ase so ye top military bi officer bi ese sika bi 500,000 Ghana cedis afa ne sase no so Krata enso day break kan wasem enso wa ha wonya bi na eja wakọ musuko no akenkan ni nyina bi kama so edi amaye ma me for the national enquiry enfa enso we nyina so na obepiem o the national enquiry so a na se esi ano passport ese na okuro ma se Yakopon abo mo aga na fo Ghana fo nyina abo se de tie bia no wo mo be hwe no ma wise asika ne so edi amaye ne wo bo so mo te so 30% edi amaye ne Krata yi ka wasem enso e wasan so na ya Ghana ne Nigeria esi ano mati task force betima boa ama woman traffic ekoso e wo man Ghana ne Nigeria ne to atimetwa no ne Krata yi enso ka wasem enso e wase good board djuma pa o mu di ese Yakopon atima boa yetimachi nipa mako 25 no ene Krata enso ebo ho amane enso wase KGF wo mo echire mu ekasa ese private sectors no ese nyina yetimi ekabom ne nyina yetimi adwuma eba man Ghana etimi fa ne tuma pa efraye papa no ene Krata enso kan wasem enso ha wonya the national enquirer na jawato bo ased wakenkan nyina become so ediamanta ha say ene emre beba me kwama me de ne Krata ni nyina me de ni nyina edi ebesi na ya se wode de aka nyina so da betwa so edi amaye tiefo ni ahwefo dan no mojebre etie Kubanso Online TV TTV and offensive friends of Ken TV na ya se wa Yakopon bo china sanso be din hwemo bie. Okay, Hana ATP meda wasi ye baba sense ma ba won Krata ni no wapense ni nyina mu ede amaye nyampe china. Okay. Ebsia ATP ena motene nkaneja yesi enchekra nkokon kitenkete policy no chese yade a shantemante mu hanum se ye bedru ye nso me ameti he me twen me twen ankasa bia na me be sha ase na me de me hu akwa kowura yi mu ase me benye nkokọ aba beton kafe ba shinge busua me nkokọ de anka me ntumi mpo nkan wo mu atati hwe ya owe akokọ na machi na nkeja me yi ba akode amane so wonje emfankotwanenum in fact member no enya ye be member no ekọ ankasa ba busua me o video bia mpese me dija mo kwan na ne nyina no madam na atoshi ane campaign na no hye ankasa ene wo ye de amakene de akompre ko hene Japan sabre our central region our ne delegate kasa na atoshi obi 2023 no na odi Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia etu no etie mo ne ade no ye campaign na ano hye ankasa edema Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na so 2026 was wo de no win bibia na daje nyina no makene de akompre ko hene Japan o se baby asisi o man Ghana edu na ye kene de akompre ko hene Japan nko ene betimi aba beje Ghana for oso one BAWUMIA any problem na nipa 5 a wo mu gire nyina no obeka so obia esafata obia agbo adwuma obia ya ade agese ogina wo gina no boni bia ne no no mpo no ena we de Kennedy echi se Kennedy mpo enya whosoever bia ro be win 2026 ne bia no oye ever ready sell obe campaign e de amasa nipa but emprempre yi de election bia ne nipa ye de ne ko nti emprempre yi de na entia wo de Kennedy echi ne se Kennedy ni obia obetimi edi nkunim edi ama MPP amanyoko measure so ka me ho ne akọ na yakwa akotie eye madam na atoshi ne nsem no edi abasisi a
Kukudu rado hey kei ye mudo so say ewurade mu afa baba be siami amai ayemani jedodo musa ya ade America no mamoya ene ye wini ya na me ba keyi me yonko brobo pa me ni tafre nkosua Honorable Atwata, mini papa, yes, aha, any place. Meneno, ye near bro, baby, I made more common fund. No, so local government service. To many years, you my boo, party no yenani womb, Obia Jina baby, Ojina baby, Miss Jina baby, and so you mean me. Oh, you mean me. 2023, let's have a kind. Now we want Dr. BAWUMIA. But this time, no, Nyamiado, my back Kennedy, or he near Japan. Now, my back Kennedy, or he near Japan, no. And yet, Bibi Bonnie, and yes, Sabia, men Dr. BAWUMIA Assembly, Debbie, me don't know. And yesterday, I am a bonibi, there be, or near me bonibia. I am not profound enough. No more did matter. I then I will call BAWUMIA and then the Waba Ken, Mr. Moa. Election beyond near the same. Say election yet the same one. And can we answer will be a nomination? And can the second council for, yes, sorry, I am BAWUMIA and Castle. And I'm a one. Na esno election 2024 esno nipa BAWUMIA ni ginae esno dia ye kodi obesan aba abana ye to ye ade a wunya ye ye behwe se dia wo ye hu ye behwe nyoma ekọ mu enti na okwe report ni other report na no na ba kira ye wo bi se ye ma wato aso ana ye ma wasa atomuti and number 5 now after forms say wo mu coach na no obia esefata meni wo mu nyina ye adwuma so obi be ka kira wo say obi ni mu ade asin obi a obwa say ba ko pe ni mu ade a e de ye dan de ko ye we wo mu nyina de ye na ye adwuma enti entesa enso obi ase no wo yo kristonia ye wo mre any onipa na me mani ginani Moses aduma bebrebe o ye ade ye me ya o Bible no mu si a Ewrade nti Moses bre ya still awa mana go promise land wo bre Ewrade say wo de baton no be ban next person nyame na me kai mo ne me ya adini enti ye onyam yesiesie no say next one obefo maybe me reasons egu for na some jitu one na mo ne me be kwa me dasi say bi a mo person mo to man me candidate kenna me person me se mo bo ha ababia mo be to 31st January no mo to man kendo mo to man kendo dia mo be to bia no me campaign manager mani pa na ya the president 31st January no MPP and the bedding kunim and any father said hello
Madam Natoshi ena sabre ya menemo kase ya kwa kotie ne kasa na bana ne kasa wakan ye ne phrase na ye me depa ne se election bia ya shuni pa ye de ne ko into 2023 no no hu se ko mo de BAWUMIA kwa na be ye next wo mo de BAWUMIA kwa ye no mo share figure BAWUMIA nya ya alaje 38 de wo de beto ho no mo hu se da bi 38 we de amoa no and wa jump ye free BAWUMIA camp e bedu Kennedy camp na wo hye se de Kennedy kasa na wo hye baby obefa bia se de obi abogye Kennedy akompre ko hene Japan so a onim se Kennedy ba eye one touch pe edema eye MPP amanyoko na nunti no madam na atoshi wo ba beka Kennedy ho na nyese woni BAWUMIA ni issue oni BAWUMIA di problem bia BAWUMIA yada no check no feeling style baby but baby a MPP party ne dru sabre enya BAWUMIA ne yede ne beko ne sanse yede BAWUMIA kwa alaji 38 ne beba be ye alaji 17 wo mo mpese beba be ye MPP 17% intino wo de 38 na omunya ye wo mpese wo mudisi ho no ma no omudi obi fufuro ba obetumi pagya figure ni mo me se Kennedy obetumi clock be 63% e be je amanfo nsem e wo kroma in fact every day nya ye be dia ya na ye no comment section ase de ebusuan ya asam ketwa be wo se million se na ya for today extend your time to 4:30 p.m. please asemo yenya yanka ba mani tu ase dudu ekunya yentra so nche enu ti na program me de be show mo Mondays kosi Fridays nti se ne na matumi afa ni nyina anso ma yede ya wo kira 2 p.m. pepepe ya be sa so edi ehia e wo Kumasi online TV. And then so you report the to honum. Enipa 59 ene to aba. Akompre ko hine Japan dani de nyina yede ya wonu anedi nkoni monya 75%. Brian the champion nya 7% and a doctor ya wedutu onya 2%. Dr. BAWUMIA ono so enya 17%. Comment ni be Constance or say united we stand, divided we fall. All NPP members, leaders and supporters should come together for peace to prevail. And same sisu or say Afenyo Markins near million say Mr. MP Afenyo Markins, well done, you will be a majority leader 2028 when President Kennedy Akumpre in Japan. Work hard, NPP delegates have seen you. That NDC is using votes. Ken, please to delegates. Nanaya tell what killed a man for I think say no cranum macheche ni nyina mu ede amamo nanaya we the Ghanaian voters love Kennedy Akumpre in Japan but mistakenly can lose the information Kennedy have about BAWUMIA. He will run out of the country. You wait and see. Hey, now just one person just say Kennedy e won sem bebre na edify Dr. Mahmoud BAWUMIA want to already obeba be cheche nanaya I know it's because of stealing Ghanaians money. That is why they don't like Kennedy Akumpre in Japan. Honorable Ken should do his homework underground. His macho men, his own security polling station agents, and everybody, they should match BAWUMIA boot for boot. Okay. Ebusia Emena so na jumekwa just ne wo so masia mitumi any shoulder jumedi ebe so mo Lionage Clinic GH me pacho emema mo mema sem no endimu na ade we ehia me ye papa pesan se bema de wo beba ne ya to pon watanfo anima ni nyina no ade we se wo tumi pem na tumi pem ne kama wo bema ye adwuma wo nya frɛ ye se me be fie no wo beba beduru no na ya set table dia ma bema de ye nka nche so waduane na si wona na se ye nka se ko kitchen na koda go fa waduane ma ema ne to pono watanfo anim tu ye be ma na se obema sem no endimu wo ye be ma na ade we ni bo bi so na te se pe wa pepe de egu ho de abepacho me kan for Lionage for de ama wo yo ba awo ho sensema ye problem de ama fibroid ye problem de ama wo ma wo hu siesie wo ni ade nyina candidiasis gonorrhea syphilis mo amuntumi mfa mema ba ko mo fa 4 5 6 ni ade ne bobo so no syphilis how abepacho me kan for Lionage Clinic GH ede ama ko hu wo mo na wo mo ma edru papa pa se wo de besiesie wo ho fibroid na be na ne mojefi ni nyina no be ba besia ko be ma obetumi agina so 30 minutes 40 minutes 1 hour wo be 2 hours kra na mo ondu papa wo mo de be ma mo wetumi apem 2 hours sa so na wo so de na dani full stop ana sa wo de na dani koma ebo ho ketu bi a me pacho uko hu Lionage Clinic GH wo be ma wedru se be ma na nkasa be twia ba ne obi be sie bola depending on the size you want afford said ya wo get na say wo yire size a wo pe no wo lineage for wo mbeboa e wo ho no po be chi akwan a wo mo nkran sa so en wo mo kumasi wo mo tech maxima en nkramante mu so no wo mo spenters me pa cho e free consultation sa so no mo ye adwuma Mondays ekosi Saturdays no pa 8 a.m. ekosi enwumre 6 p.m. nkran for mo frɛ wo mo 0559658403 sa so na kumasi for mo frɛ wo mo 0558143438 na mo no wo mo ntwehwe nkomo wo bi memu kra me pa cho offer the same number na ayadia wo mo ebejibre na wo mo no atwetwe enkomo maminda production team ni nyina se hana ATP the newspaper review ne be somo sa so na camera NMC arenso kwadwo sapon sanu adwuma na echegu mata ebo mechidom sa so na executive producer Mr. Daniel Yeboa meso am tire dwem dwuma de be somo me di na yas wo nyame adom echina exactly 2 p.m. ekosi 4 p.m. me ba beji mekunda na ejade ekoso o manga na nyina no me de ho nsensem ni nyina no Aba so till then stay safe yebesan so edi ehia makramo
se wutie mi anase wo hweme entwem nko wonim se ade ba ko ha mbema bebre e wa asase so e de yefre erectile dysfunction idi anase bema ne tedue anase ne bema yi ahodi ni mu a obetumi di agro e wo mpa so e ma enije etumi aba na ebusua ye wumienu ye wo de yefre primary erectile dysfunction a eche se bema ne bema entumi ensore da ene ye wo de tosumienu secondary erectile dysfunction e bema first na no hotumi esore bema na ahodi ewom basisi ade wayemre ewom paso kra se wo ye bema na se wo hwem na wutie mi na se wo sa problem wi a ebusua enye efere enye eniwuo me pacho fa na me ye egustru ni su sisi ya Dr. Aziz me ne obetwetwe nkomo na yetumi aboa wo ya ye nnuro ahodo ya fa abefo kwan so a ebema bema wesi pi esita